Revenge has a reputation for being loud. For these 6 signs, it almost never is. Tonight we rank the Zodiac signs who always get even, from the one who settles the score in broad daylight to the one at number 1, whose revenge you have already met and never once recognized. Leo at number 6. He is the only sign on this list who gets even in broad daylight, and honestly, that is the healthiest version of revenge you will find here. Leo does not scheme, because scheming would mean admitting you hurt him, and his pride will not allow that sentence to exist. So he does something far more public. He rebuilds, louder. Humiliate him at work, and he does not file a complaint. He takes the promotion you wanted and thanks the room warmly while you clap along with everyone else. Cut him from the wedding party, and he arrives as the best-dressed guest in the building, gives the toast nobody asked him for, and gets the biggest laugh of the night. His revenge needs an audience because for Leo, the wound was never private, so the repayment cannot be either. That need for witnesses is also the reason he sits at number 6. Once you have watched him win, it is genuinely over. He does not revisit it, he does not raise it at dinners years later, and if your applause sounds sincere enough, he may even forgive you on the spot. The score gets settled exactly once, in full view, and then the sun moves on. Gemini at number 5. He never raises his voice, and he never touches a single thing you own. What he takes is your version of events. Cross him, and somewhere in the weeks that follow, the story of what you did gets told. Not angrily, because anger would be easy to dismiss. It gets told charmingly at dinners you were not invited to, with perfect timing and one devastating detail you thought nobody knew. He is accurate, which is the frightening part. There is no lie in it for you to correct, just your own behavior, delivered better than you could ever defend it. And the sentence he builds about you travels further every year. A decade on, you meet someone new at a gathering, watch their face flicker when they hear your name, and understand that the story arrived long before you did. Gemini sits at number 5 because there is a condition attached to all of it. He only reaches for this particular weapon when you rewrote the truth about him first. Tell the room he was the villain, and he will simply supply the transcript. He does not even consider it revenge. He considers it a correction, and he files it under public service. Virgo at number 4. Her revenge is the quietest thing on this list, because it is made entirely of absence. For years, she has been the invisible maintenance in your life. She remembered the deadline you forgot, smoothed over the comment you should never have made, double-checked the thing you swore you had handled. You never noticed any of it because her whole point was that you should never have to. Then you betray her, and she does not confront you. She simply retires. The reminders stop. The quiet corrections stop. The safety net you never knew you were standing on gets folded up and put away without a word, and your own consequences, the ones she had been intercepting for years, finally arrive with your name printed on them. When your life starts fraying at the exact seams she used to hold together, she will be sympathetic, even kind. She might bring you soup while it all comes down, and she will mean it, which is somehow worse. Her hands will be perfectly clean because she never did anything to you, and both of you know it. That is the elegance of it. Virgo does not push you off any ledge. She stops catching you, and she lets gravity do the arithmetic. Taurus at number 3. She will never fire the first shot, and she will not fire the second one either. Taurus does not do revenge the way people imagine it, with plotting and pursuit and sleepless nights. She does something slower and far more patient. She records the debt, and then she waits, sometimes for years, without any visible change in her manner toward you. The repayment, when it finally comes, arrives exactly once, and it is always measured to the ounce. It looks like the favor she politely declines, the one only she could have done for you. the loan that would have cost her nothing, refused with genuine warmth and a perfectly reasonable excuse. The spare room that is suddenly unavailable the one winter you truly needed. She waits for the moment when saying no costs her nothing and costs you everything. And then she says no, once, and never mentions it again. There is no cruelty in her voice when it happens, and that is exactly what makes it land so hard. You realize standing there that she has been carrying the receipt the entire time. The bill always comes due with Taurus. It just arrives on her schedule, never on yours. Scorpio at number 2. And yes, everyone expected her at number 1. The reason she is not says everything about how this list really works. Her revenge is genuinely the best crafted here. She studies you first, sometimes for months, until she knows exactly what you value and exactly where it sits unguarded. The response when it comes is precise, proportional, and impossible to prove, aimed not at what would hurt anyone, but at what would hurt you specifically. The friendship that quietly relocates itself. The opportunity that dissolves the week before it lands. The secret that surfaces at the one moment it can do real damage. And then she does the thing that defines her. The thing no other sign on this list would risk. She makes sure you know it was her. Nothing you could ever take to anyone else, just a look across the room, held 1 second too long, so the lesson carries a signature. For Scorpio, revenge without recognition is wasted effort, because the point was never the damage. The point was that you understand completely and permanently what crossing her costs. And that signature, that need to be known, is precisely why she is not number 1. Capricorn at number 1, and hers is the revenge you have already met and never once recognized. She does not retaliate, she adjusts. Somewhere between your betrayal and the following morning, she makes a single quiet decision about your future, and then she spends years enforcing it without ever appearing to act. The recommendation that somehow never gets written. The introduction that never quite happens. The project where your name comes up. A pause follows, the subject changes, and nobody ever tells you the room went silent. Every door you found mysteriously closed had been shut long before you reached it, in a conversation you did not attend by a woman who speaks of you. Whenever asked, with perfect professional courtesy, you called it bad luck. You called it a rough patch, bad timing, a difficult market for 10 straight years. That was her. And that is where she leaves everyone else on this list behind. Scorpio wants you to know. Capricorn needs you never to find out. Because the moment you see her hand, you can begin to fight it. So one day you might stand beside her at a retirement party, complain warmly about how unlucky your career has been, and she will nod and agree and pour you another glass. She always did play the longest game in the Zodiac. You were simply never told you were in it. 6 signs, 6 repayments, and only one of them was ever visible. Tell us in the comments which sign's revenge you have survived or carried out yourself, and who you would have put at number 1. And subscribe because the next countdown is already waiting for you.